Let's answer the question that is dominating the world right now. Why would a man who hates war and loves negotiations, that's what he's done his whole career, why would he consider military action against Iran? This is a dilemma for Donald Trump, right? Biggest decision perhaps of his presidency that he's faced. And it's an interesting challenge because right now you've got a divide within the country. On the far left, people like David Hogg, who's been vice chairman of the DNC, saying absolutely no involvement in a conflict like this. And then you've got people in Donald Trump's own party, part of the MAGA movement, like Tucker Carlson, Marjorie Taylor Greene, saying absolutely not, sounding a lot like David Hogg. And yet Donald Trump and his advisors recognize that this is a different kind of moment. There is a sense of an opportunity that has not existed for Donald Trump in his presidency, including his first term, and for his four predecessors, all of whom, and for Joe Biden, all of whom recognize that Iran is not just a bad actor. Iran is a special case, not just because it's sponsored terrorism around the region and around the world, not just because it has ballistic missiles, but nuclear capability, poised to have a nuclear weapon. And Donald Trump has been quite clear, as were his predecessors, Iran cannot be allowed to get a nuclear weapon. What are the two ways people have talked about stopping it? One is a negotiation, and the other is military action. And so what I want to try to do is tell you where I think Donald Trump's head has gotten, that's gotten him to this point. Why is someone who does not like war, has been outspoken and critical of President Bush, for instance, in Iraq, in saying these are not the kind of things the United States should be doing. How did his head get to this place? First of all, Donald Trump shares with Benjamin Netanyahu that the clock has run out, that Iran is too close to developing a nuclear weapon. That's intelligence that some dispute. But the international agencies that monitor Iraq's capability, Israeli intelligence, they are quite clear that Iran is a danger for the world as it's on the doorstep of marrying up two technologies, ballistic missiles, including intercontinental ballistic missiles that could reach the United States and certainly reach Israel, and nuclear capability. And the other thing that has come a crop, or that has come to a head, is Israeli intelligence, Israeli military. They've been studying the question of how to use intelligence and military capability for decades to take out Iran's nuclear program and missile program, how to execute that. And part of what Donald Trump, I believe, has caused him to be in this position, to reach this conclusion, is an awareness of what Israel has. Donald Trump has enormous respect for the Israeli intelligence community, for their military capability. This is something about Donald Trump. He's in awe of anything that's best in the world.